Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am here with a reading for all my lovely Taurus sun sign people. Taurus, welcome. I welcome you, Taurus. And this reading is a general reading specifically focused on how to get the third party out of your relationship. So you're in a relationship, you're actively in a relationship with someone that you adore, and a third party has entered the picture. All right? And we need to understand what motivated your person to bring this third party into your connection, as well as what upper hands this third party individual has currently that gives them that entree into your connection in the way that they are. And once we understand those motivations, we will move into talking about how to get rid of that third party, how to get them gone. All right? So I welcome all of you wonderful, beautiful Taurus people. If this is your first time visiting my channel, thank you. Thank you for joining today. And I ask you to consider subscribing so that you can be aware of future messages coming for you from Spirit. And if you're back here after having been here before, I thank you so much for returning. I really appreciate your support. Please subscribe, and if you find the messages in this video are helpful to you, give this video a like. It helps my channel tremendously. And it also lets me know that you have an interest in this type of content. And that right there is a reason for me to come back and give more messages of the same type. All right. So as I have stated, this is a general reading. So if you are finding that the story here does not resonate with you, please, Taurus, do not panic. Just know that your story will be told in a future reading. All the more reason to subscribe. All right, so let's get started. Let's get some messages, Spirit, on the board for our lovely Taurus people for our morning reading. I would say coffee and tarot morning reading, but I'm out of creamer, so I didn't make my coffee yet this morning. If I get tongue-tied, forgive me, because I tend to do so without coffee. As I'm sure a lot of you coffee drinkers have the same experience. All right, Taurus. Let's get these messages out on the board for you. And I feel Spirit has entered this space already to guide this reading, so that is a wonderful thing. And let's see what Spirit has to say as we are in our last day of Cancer season, heading into Leo season, which starts tomorrow. All right, so first messages that I have here are of the Five of Swords and the Hanged Man in the reverse. And basically, this deals specifically with what's going on in your person's head, Taurus, as they engage or have invited this third party to engage in this connection. And with that Five of Swords, that is a real manipulative energy. That's a real energy of feeling as if they're winning at all costs. But it's also a message here of, it's a pretty harsh message, to be honest. It's a message of only being out for themselves, your person, in this regard. And with this Hanged Man in the reverse, it's a feeling of not necessarily wanting to be tied down to any one person. So Taurus, We have a bit of a rolling stone, a lot of a rolling stone type energy here in regards to your person and why they decided to go outside the connection, and engage this third party. But notably, we see that it's not at all about love. It's not about an emotional outpouring of, good feelings as far as what they're feeling with that third party. So the third party connection is not based on any real, true things that we would attribute to romantic attraction. Yes, they may be attracted to that person physically. However, romantically, no, their heart's not in that third party connection. And I hope that that gives some of you Taurus people an understanding of the fact that your person isn't there because they love that person. And I hope that gives you some comfort in knowing that. Although this whole rolling stone out for yourself, severe type energy, that is of concern, because it speaks to the direct motivation of the person that you're involved with. And if you're unaware of them having that within, because they're not necessarily showing it without or outside of themselves to you, know that they have that in them. And from what I'm seeing here, it's not an energy that's easily quelled. So that is a message of concern for you, my Taurus people, as we move forward to look further into this connection. So the initial breakdown in the connection with you that led to them getting this third party is, even though with everything that was just said with these messages here, they're not in a space where they're considering walking away from your connection. So it's more of, it feels greedy. It feels like I'm just going to do what I want to do for me. Number one, looking out for number one, whether I'm in a connection or not. I'm going to do what I feel that I want to do. I'm going to participate in what I feel I want to have in my world. And, really, it just is, it's a selfishness about your person that actually is fueling, heavily fueling this third party connection. Okay. So how has this third party pretty much gained the advantage of having your person's time and attention? Well, they're a good time. They may like to party, they may like to drink, they may like to do all the things that your person likes to engage in when they consider themselves having a great time. And your third party brings that energy there. We know that a lot of times in our connections, after you get past that initial attraction phase, that initial honeymoon phase of the connection, things get to be more settled down, more calm, as is supposed to be the natural progression of a relationship. Well, your person, this speaks to a little boredom and wanting to just get out and reinvigorate and have the good times regardless. And I'm going to say it, but Taurus, don't shoot the messenger. Please don't shoot the messenger, because Spirit is saying that, they weren't feeling like they could get you engaged in some of these things that maybe you were more involved with or more focused on, the things in life that it takes to, have steadiness, like money and income, and making sure things were good in the home as far as having a stable environment in the home. So they reached outside the connection to do the party thing. And this third party was able to really get their foot in with your person. All right. intention wise, as far as your person's intentions with this third party, I'm getting justice in reverse. And let me pull a clarifier here because I have some messages, but I just want to do a double check here to make sure I'm on the right track. Yeah, so again, they wanted to have these good times, but they didn't want to face any type of backlash or, reaping what they sow in a sense. So perhaps they started this connection in a way where you didn't know initially. And I feel like initially you may not have known for some time. And I think this third party has been going on longer than you may even be aware of. And even if you've known about this for some time, it was going on for quite some time before you became aware, Taurus. Okay. And I feel as if your person, took some specific actions to make sure that it was happening behind your back without your knowledge. And they feel some emotional equilibrium in a weird type of way with having you and this third party. It's kind of like a balancing energy of my cup is now full, because not only do I have this person, this Taurus that is focused on the things that are important in life, building stability, but I have this person that I can also run around with, be reckless with, have a good time, and not think about anything. I can just be free and have a good time. So it's as simple as that. And like I said, there's not really love here for this third party. There's an appreciation for what they're bringing to the table as far as fun and good times, but it's not rooted in any type of like love connection type of thing. As far as what it is you can do, Taurus, in order to but to interrupt what's happening between your person and the third party. Well, all that stability, all those being that rock solid partner that is holding things down no matter what, and is making sure that you're building and having this solid connection with your person. If you withdraw that stability from your person, Taurus, that pulling back and withdrawal of all of those wonderful, delicious things that you bring to the table is definitely going to have a strong effect on the connection between the third party and your person. So in some cases of a third party, you can walk away and you can hold back and you can deny them access to your goodness, and it really doesn't make a difference. They're going to do what they're going to do. But in this case, Taurus, that's not the case. The withdrawal, the holding back, the walking away would jar your person awake. And because they do rely on you, they do rely on your stability, they do rely on your steadiness, they do have an appreciation for that, and they do have a need for that. Okay, they're just being an asshole, to be honest with you, a greedy one at that. And your withdrawal will jar them awake and definitely turn their focus back to you, versus having their focus be either split or maybe even at this point their focus mainly going to that third party. Okay, so let's take a look more deeply now at what weaknesses may be present with this third party individual that can be exploited to your advantage, is what I'm trying to say. And with this Eight of Swords, for all this fun and all this everything that they bring to the connection, this third party does have an aim of getting your person away from you and bringing them towards them, right? Like, whether they're the other man or the other woman, they are looking to have your person leave you, Taurus, and come towards them. And there's a lot of anxiety within this person in regards to doing so. The third party has become emotionally involved with your person, and they really worry as to whether they're going to pull this off. And they do have anxiety around it, and they're very focused on it, and they can feel, Taurus, that your person is very heavily involved with you, and this will be harder to do than they initially thought, because your person was out there ready to be party, probably told them a lot of things, as far as things, behind your back about you that, led the third party to believe that they weren't really interested in staying with you longer. Maybe your person told the third party that they wanted to leave you, things for whatever reason, it's not the right time yet, that kind of thing. And this third party became emotionally involved and hopeful that, the right time was going to come, because they were going to make it so good over there in third party land that, your person was going to step to them in a very permanent way and set up shop, set up home with them. And they're seeing now that may not necessarily be the case, or that it's going to be a lot harder, and they don't know that they can actually pull it off. So these things can be used to your advantage, especially when you consider the walking away thing, because when your person is like, hold up, wait a minute, Taurus, no, I don't want you going anywhere, and they divert their attention away from the third party towards you, then this person really is going to have some anguish and sleepless nights. Okay? Exploit this, Taurus. Exploit the hell out of this. All right? Your person actually expects you, Taurus, to remain this domestic goddess, this one that is actually focused on them, and they expect your attention and your undying love type of thing pouring out towards them. They expect you to shine brighter in order to maintain their attention and their attraction. So once again, that's why this move will be so jarring to them, Taurus. They recognize you. This goddess of wands, whether you're male or female, Taurus, this is you. And this is a very magnetic person. Your person is drawn to you like a magnet. So where you go, they're going to follow. Just know that. It's a very, very magnetic energy. All right. All right. All right. So Taurus, what strength really do you possess that will blow this third party out of the water for good? Come on, the Tower. You can make shit get real ugly, real fast, and real uncomfortable, real fast. And you also have the ability to turn on a dime from where you are now to this. And that right there, with your ability to do that and to hold your stance, wow. Tower moments that are going to work to your advantage. This blows the third party away. blows the third party away. And you do it all from a place of defending yourself, defending your home, defending your energy, being highly, highly motivated and highly protective of what's right for you and what's right for your heart. Listen, Taurus, if no one else can get that third party out of there, you can. And this whole spread is leading to that. You hold it within your power to end this. And you can see with this wand in her hand, I'm seeing it as like she's staking her claim. This is what it is. And nothing else is going to touch me that this third party can do. This third party can throw a bunch of staffs my way, trying to hit me, trying to target me, trying to take me down, and none of them are even going to come to me because I'm up here on this cloud and I can't be touched. My power cannot be touched in this connection with with my person. That's where I see you being highly successful. Highly successful. You have to be resolute, Taurus, in your actions at this time. You can't be wishy-washy in what you're doing here. You got to go for it and know that it's going to work. Like, you really got to have it in your mind. I'm blowing this bitch or I'm blowing this whoever out of the water and I'm getting it done. So, what will, as you start to engage all of this and you start to work this plan in order to get your person to come closer to you, what are you going to see as clues, as hints, as signs that this all is working? Well, with this God of Swords in the reverse, you're going to start to see your person who comes in as a very strong energy. And of course, every time we talk about your person, there's really a sword card that comes up. And this is the God of Swords or the King of Swords. And in the reverse, in the upright, you know, he can hold his own. He can fight any battle and win, right? But in the reverse, he's starting to come unglued. He's starting to come apart. He's no longer that rock of strength, of power. He is starting to doubt himself. He's starting to doubt his actions. He's starting to run around and things are starting to fall apart. He may even start to argue and fuss and fight with you, which on the outside would suggest to you that what you're doing is not working. But really, when you see that, it is working because your person will be in extreme emotional turmoil, but there'll also be, from a logical perspective, they'll be turned upside down as well, because now it's about, oh my God, you know, this means I'm going to have to rebuild everything that I have with Taurus, and I can't figure out how I'm going to do that on my own. Right? Taurus has been my cornerstone, my strength, my rock. And now my rock's going away. What the hell am I going to do if I have to rebuild this? Well, I certainly can't rebuild it with this person over here. So the third party, yeah, when you see all that, the third party is on their way out. All right. And then what warnings, if any, are here for you, Taurus, as you go through this whole process? Well, it's a simple warning with this Eight of Swords. Don't psych yourself out. Don't freak yourself out. Don't get into a prison of thoughts thinking you're not good enough, you can't do this, things aren't going my way. You have to stay focused on your goal. Don't take your eyes off the prize. You see, she's blindfolded here. Don't take your eyes off the prize. You have to stay strong and you will win. Taurus, this is probably, of these readings that I'm doing for each of the signs about how to get rid of the third party, this is probably the most straightforward one. And with many of them, there have been messages of, you can do this, but this is incredibly, incredibly positive in regards to your ability to get what you want here, to get that third party gone. Please like this message, this video, if this has been helpful information for you, and comment below letting me know how you resonated with this, because this, I'm telling you, Taurus, once you make up your mind to move this direction and you do it in strength, there's not going to be any stopping you as far as achieving your goal of getting this third party the hell out of your way for good. And I feel like it's for good, not the whole back and forth thing. I feel like it's for good. All right, Taurus, bless you. Do your thing and be successful. I'm rooting for you. And until next time, be safe.